made it.
That's right, we did.
Dad dropped a good 20 degrees. A good 20 degrees.
Some good deer hunting weather right here.
Hi, I'm Dave Andre. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Baku. I do a lot of the branding. I kind of geek out on that, the logos, branding. I do a lot of the R&D, kind of the design concepts, trial and error, finding new products, finding how can we improve the products. So that's what I do for Baku.
Hey, I'm Bryan. I'm also co-founder of Baku and CFO. My primary responsibilities are over all of our ordering and purchasing. I also probably serve a little bit more as a COO, kind of just over the operations.
Michael Waneke, I'm the senior manager for what we call our source product group, and that consists of binoculars, spotting scopes, rangefinders, our apparel, our equipment, tripods, and our performance eyewear. So basically anything that we don't make right there in our factory in just outside of Portland.
Zach Bird, I'm a product line manager. I actually work for Michael. I manage binoculars, spotting scopes, performance eyewear.
So me and Bryan know each other. We're co-founders, but we're actually brother-in-laws. And been in the family now for 22 years. And then we started the company, and I think it's done well because it's a passion company for both of us. We enjoy the outdoors, we enjoy the hunting.
Like Dave said, this was a passion company for us. We really didn't go into electric bikes because we thought we were going to leave our professions. We did this because we were looking for a way for us to hunt more efficiently. One of our mottos is built for hunters by hunters. That truly is where it came from. We were looking for a tool that we could use to get further into the backcountry and maximize our time in the field, and then it's just taken off on us.
I hired a guy. I was working in sales at the time and hired a guy, and he and Zach were roommates in college, and that's how I met Zach, just going duck hunting, at 3 a.m. in the morning, throwing out decoys. And Zach's he likes to tinker with everything, take things apart, put them back together. He's really intuitive that way. So I called him up on the phone and said, hey, you want to keep teaching or you want to come up here?
Yeah, I was a PE teacher in high school, PE and health and baseball coach, and big transition, but this is the best position that I could ever have. It's just getting to work on developing products and testing them, and being an avid hunter and honestly getting to make and develop products. You got an issue you need to solve when you're out hunting, and it's like, hey, how can I, is there a product we can make for this and whatever. So it kind of ties my life and my passion in with what I get to do for a job every day. So it's one of those things, it all comes together, and just super fortunate to have the position I have. So I got Mike to thank for that for sure too.
We started Baku looking for a new tool, basically to hunt. We hunted an area that had just been logged, and we were walking roads a lot. I remembered my days back where I was mountain bike hunting, and I thought, man, that would be awesome. I just started seeing some electric bike information come about, never heard of it, and then realized, man, this could really make for a really good hunting tool, and just kind of poured ourselves into it and built backcountry e-bikes, but then we just transitioned about 1.5 years after to Baku. So Baku is basically abbreviated backcountry, and that's the meaning of Baku.
Yeah, again, we really didn't build these bikes to sell them. We build them for ourselves. And so there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in each and every bike that we sell, every model that we have. We built them for us. We were not looking to leave medicine and leave, a 25+ year career in excavation, and had, comfortable careers. It was that it just took off on us.
What do you love most about working for Leupold?
It's not work, you know. This is our passion. This is what we want to do, you know. This is, you know, if you want to call it work, great, but it doesn't feel like work.
A lot of guys, great, you know, ideas, and just being able to work somewhere where you can like turn an idea into a product. So fortunate. I mean, you gotta like just remind yourself like, hey, this is like the best job in the world. Yeah, for sure.
Fly landed on you?
Gosh, is it still here? Yeah, here, let me see that. It'll be good TV, because I'll just whap while he's talking.
So how did you guys choose who was going to be the shooter versus the spotter on this hunt?
We had big plans of a competition, just some fun stuff, and you know, things just kept getting in the way. And
Yeah, it kind of sounds lame. I mean, we initially had a whole thing planned out, but you get into September and all your plans go out the door. I mean, you know, it's a busy time a year for us, because that's what we do, is we sell fat tire electric hunting bikes, and then with our hunts and just scheduling things, it just never came to pass. But at the end of the day, yeah, Dave had something that he was going to be doing, a hunt coming up, and so we just said, well, you carry the tag.
Why did Leupold select you to represent them on Hunt Wars?
That's a good question.
I mean, we hunt together, like,
I mean, they just came to us right away and said, you know, well, it's got to be me, and I'm sure they knew I would pick him. And
did you get it? Almost got it.
and I don't know why. To be honest with you, I think we have a tendency to tag out more than maybe some other people that could have been picked. hey, you know?
Oh, all right. Yeah. I think the format actually lends itself well, because I mean, like, we hunt together like all the time anyways, and so I think we know each other's tendencies, we have good communication, like it's something that we've done for, I don't know, 5-6 years now, so it lent itself well to just kind of us being kind of a tandem there and already kind of being a team out there anyways.
Last question is, are you guys going to win?
Yes. 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 I mean, what am I going to say, no? Yeah, we're going to win. Even if we don't win, I still feel like I won.
Yeah, we win no matter what, and you know, you meet new people, new friends, and everything like that. But yeah, it certainly would be a good thing. That's why we came here. We came here to win, man.
I mean, just the experience alone of, I mean, being successful and getting just the stock and the hike and the, you know, the waiting it out, and you know, you blow a few and it's like all that comes around. I mean, it's a win no matter what. But yeah, we also want to win the competition.
Are you going to win?
yeah, we will win. Yeah, I mean,
But-
it's but if we don't, make sure you edit that thing. Don't freeze my butt off.
When you get out, shut the door quick, because it's cold.
Shut it. Do you want me to shut the door fast?
Yeah, shut it quick.
Okay.
All right, it's day one. Did a little scouting last night. It's quite windy here, actually, so I'm trying to use the truck to kind of shield some of that, but I actually just spotted some deer down here, and we're gonna see what we can see here out of the truck first, and then make a plan and go get them.
Are you sure it's windy?
Fun.
I mean,
When you can't even rest your binos on the window because the truck's shaking, yeah, I think it's pretty windy.
It's open area. First thing you do, it seems like you look 5 miles out, you know, and there's probably one half a mile out, and you just looked right past it because you're so busy looking far out, because you know you can.
yep, got it.
Yeah, it's standing right there in the...
Yep.
Boom, first one to get a deer, I get a raise. I'm holding you to that.
Not everything's monetary.
No, don't be doing that.
You just can't really tell where the wind's not hitting, because that's, if you knew where the wind wasn't hitting, that'd be the places that you'd be staring at. But these trees don't move enough. And you can't take a deep breath when you're up against the window, because that fogs up your window.
These are the challenges of truck hunting. You know what we need to do is get some dang footage of us not in this truck, probably.
This
Oh,
weather.
Zach and Mike just go sit in the truck.
Well, I can tell you there's other people that if they were here, they'd be going back to the bunkhouse.
camp.
Let's do it. I mean, might as well, man.
The one thing when it's cold like this, even though you want to warm up hiking, but then you don't want to get hot. You want to sweat. You get sweaty and then you stop and blast. You really get cold quick. And I mean, this is where the deer are gonna funnel into these little draws where the wind is real subtle. And get out of that hard wind. This is where you find them.
Felt like the wind was going to let up for a minute there, and then kind of started to calm down, and then boom,
Yeah.
it come back with a vengeance. That was brutal, man. Did we mention the wind's blowing today? Crazy.
I had heated pants, heated shirt, heated socks, heated everything with
Battery operated.
battery, and I still.
I thought my toes were gonna fall off. That was nuts. I literally, I think that's the first time I've ever just about blown off a mountain. And I just about blew off that mountain. Oh. Yeti.
We're hunting smarter, not harder right now. We hunted hard this morning. It was cold and windy. Now we're smart. We're gonna, get a little warm in here and glass them up.
I'm about to pour this all over the truck.
Yeah, just don't grab the fins, dude. There, pour it in there. Terry's not here to cook for him. He's lost.
Yeah, little deadhead, man. Nice. There's some winter kill from last year. There's a buck. There was a buck here. I like it.
Day 3 had, of course, day 2. Say we'll see it day 2, and we'll be like, yeah. Let's hold that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Day 3.
That's a day 3 buck.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a day 3 buck.
Well, since I'm shooting, when I see a buck like this, I'm just gonna shoot it.
Day 3 for me. Day 1.5 for you.
Hey, 5 minutes from now, I'm in all day long.
It's crazy. In here, there's zero wind. Like, not even a blade of grass is moving. But we can hear it about 200 yards down below us. These trees just knock everything down. That's the reason these deer are hanging out in here. Like, literally, you wouldn't even know the wind was blowing if you just stayed in here. Problem is, you got about 20 yards for a shot. So, I think it's gonna be a lot of sitting and glassing in these kinds of areas, because this is where they're gonna hang out. This grass is tall, lots of feet in here, snow, plenty of water. They're not having to go anywhere. And geez, after what we've seen, that wind howling the way that it is, there's no reason to go anywhere.
Well, we were going that way just now. We turn around, now we're going back this way.
Hey. Whoa. Listen. Thought we saw some deer over here. We're going back. And there's we left something.
Tell me what's going on.
Zach left his rifle up here, and we just got done driving about 3 miles all the way back down off this mountain. Now we have to turn around and come right back up. You all right there? Yep.
All right, laugh it up. Let's go.
You know, the more you do stuff like that, the more everybody's gonna know about what you just did.
It's crazy to think we were bow hunting in 65 degrees week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and here we are.
first part of October, and it's 30 degrees.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was great. 50-mile-an-hour winds, kind of cold, but it was a good day. So day 2, we're gonna head out. It's about 29 degrees, it said 30, no wind. But I'm not saying that too loud because you never know what could change here in the next hour.
That's better. That's a lot better. Get that.
Put it back up.
Good thing you're not afraid of heights there, Bryan.
Yeah, no doubt, huh? We got about 7 does right here on this tree line, probably, I'd say about 400 yards out. And then probably about 1,500 yards, I can see three out there. We'll have to get the spotter on them and see what we got. But yeah, they'd come just off of that rock face down at the point, and you go over that next ridge, and they're just starting to feed up that sagebrush hill.
Got 2 big wide forks up here, probably about a mile away. One's pretty decent outside his ears, but both of them are just giant forks. Cool deer, for sure. We kind of need to take a little bit of gander at them before we decide to head up there.
Need a few more forks on them, I think.
So I said yes. Bryan said no. He's a good looking little basket 4x3. So if we go home empty handed or lose by a spike, it's on him. But they didn't go too far, so.
You gonna try and talk me into it?
No, your choice.
He's not even a basket 4. I mean, he's got 2 little crab claws coming off the top.
Yeah, dude, crab tastes good though. All right, let's climb through these rocks and see. Maybe they walked over to Grandpa over here. We don't know.
Yeah, it's the first morning, really. I mean, yesterday we didn't really get out of the truck because it was 60-mile-per-hour wind. So
yeah, that's true. We still got 4 days. 3 days, 4 days, yeah, 4 days. So,
oh yeah, there's bigger deer than that. I mean, it's a 115-inch deer.
There's hotter girls than that one. Let's keep going.
All right, we have multiple bucks in a draw, about 1.25 miles up this draw from us. Problem is they're in a real tough spot. They're real steep all around them. It's going to be difficult to get in.
I said it looks like the slope of the hill kind of drops down behind those trees, so that, yeah, so right now if they don't come back out on this side, you could try to go up the gut.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good depression on the other side of those trees.
Once you get up there, the angles are all going to be different.
Yeah, well, I think they're just steeper than they look now, so it looks like everything's more flat, but you're going to get up there and, like, I think even the base of the hill that those trees are on is way steeper than it looks from here. All right, let's do this.
All right, so we made it over from that point that we were at earlier today up on the rocks. We're about 1,500 yards closer to where those deer were. We can't tell for sure. We can't see that big buck, but we've got about 25 to 30 deer, several little 2-points, and lots of does and fawns. So we're just gonna try to pick this mountainside apart, and see if that buck's in there with them.
inside my boot. I have a cactus in my toe. Wow, you guys didn't know you're gonna see my feet. Wow, right through the rubber. This is great. This is what I was hoping would happen while I was trying to get to these deer. Right underneath my toenail. That's legit. All right, game on.
We're gonna pull out. There's probably 40 deer over on that hillside. Lots of little bucks, lots of 2 points, some spikes, lots of does.
We've seen a decent buck, I'm not gonna lie. But
I'm not saying he wasn't a decent buck.
you know,
Was he a winner?
when Bryan goes to the bathroom, he wins the Super Bowl. If he goes to play church ball, it's like NBA championship.
When we go to war with the LEUPOLD guys, it's like World War II.
Yeah, 120, 130 is good for me. I'm
Go
good.
big or go home, huh?
Yeah, I've ate plenty of tag soup. Nah, it was fun. We'll get back up there.
Good thing it's day 2. They were bedded, they got up, they started moving. I think they saw us up here on this hillside. Started moving across. They went out from like just at 300 to, I think it was at like 440. So I put the CDS down 440 and had a good hold and put it right on his back shoulder, pulled the trigger. And I think I saw it hit high, but yeah. He's gonna live another day.
Right above it.
It's high. All right, well, that's great. Well, that ain't good. Things are getting a little western here this evening. It's a serious flat tire. Yeah, tough to hold air with that happening. I don't know what to say. It's funny because my Onyx says Dun Canyon, but this looks a lot more like Shit Creek to me, like the head bars of it. So we have a flat tire, like a legit flat tire, and no lug key to get the wheel off, which means
We're gonna be
here for a while.
We're gonna be hugging each other tonight. Stay warm.
Had to open 9 gates by myself.
9 gates.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, it was a good day today.
Yeah.
A lot more deer, no wind, some bucks, some actually some pretty good bucks.
Yeah, a lot better bucks today. Although not a ton of them, but certainly better bucks to kind of make us stop and think about it a little bit longer. That's for sure.
Got a flat tire, and well, we got her fixed, and now we're back at camp and ready to get something to eat, get to bed, and do it again tomorrow.
Well,
Day 3.
2 things I know are gonna happen today. Either I'm gonna take a nice dirt nap up there, or a deer's gonna take a dirt nap.
Oh my gosh. This sucks, man, because that's not an easy walk.
Well, we can park here.
Park here.
Oh crap. Well, Hate to say it, but you guys might have to walk. Or leave your packs here. You pick.
Literally. You know what?
It's not that far. It's right there. I would let you drive. I'd walk, but it's like a special combination to drive.
Buy a side by side that'll climb a hill. I hope we build our bikes better than
Our bikes, dude, be blowing past this.
Well, I hope Rambo makes it up to the top of the hill here.
Nickname this Rammy. See, get rid of the dead weight, we're good to go.
Did you say I had more body mass than you?
Yeah.
Well, I think the average person could look at the two of us and figure out which one of us has more body mass.
That's what I mean, but that stuff has less effect on you than it does me.
I see what you're getting at here.
So I don't drink much
He doesn't-
caffeine anyway.
He doesn't do the caffeine. He's just pops out of bed, ready to rock.
Well, it helps if you're a morning person. Bucked up makes you a morning person.
Doing some good advertising here. You got the appropriate amount of mass on your body.
Is it a little harder to get going in the morning? Do you have a little bit more body mass than your average person?
Whoa, see? Now this is what I'm talking about, man. Are you saying you're average? All right, well, it's day 3. Things are getting a little chippy here in the truck.
Is that the wind?
It's not the river down there.
Might be. Sounds like some rapids.
Yeah, there's not a river down there. It's the wind.
Dang it! It is the wind. They could stay there all day. I don't know how we're gonna get past them. Up and around. We go up to this next chute. There's another chute up there.
There's $3. I think we might have a shooter buck. There's $3 right now. There's about 10 deer.
And everything seems to be, on that crest. So even from this vantage point, you can't see stuff that goes over. So we're better off probably getting over on the upper end of that, and then just because you should be able to see everything down that.
I watched The Western Hunter last week, and Chris Denham was on a Coos deer hunt, and it was windy and cold, and it looked windy and cold. He looked about as cold as I look right now, and I saw him light a fire up on this cliff to warm up. So I'm gonna give it a shot. See if it works. That's nice now. Might have scared everything off the mountain, but we're warm. I didn't realize it was going to be this cold. Like, it's just bitter.
What's that?
He's always quoting Jeremiah Johnson. He told me to watch my top knot, which apparently is my head. And then he always says, watch your urn afterwards.
Not so sure that's a good sign. There's a dead crow, literally still hanging by his feet, and he looks to be dead for like a month.
of it down the rock and blow it.
There's one to the left. That's cruising.
We've done both. We've gone around that way and we've gone this way. It just drops off into steep stuff and it's rugged.
Coming?
Yeah.
You need some of my Mangisil?
No. I don't want to steal any of your Mangisil.
There's some deer on that farmer's field. Who's got their spotter? Hey, quit dicking with me. Get off my...
I'm not doing anything.
I can feel it.
You're really trying to freehand a spot and scope.
I had him in focus. You clown.
Any troubles?
This one's tight. Yeah. You suck, Wad. Hey, get your butt out of that thing, man.
You gotta get your bottom in deep.
You need to buck up for this gate. Come on.
Alright, see, you break my buck up.
Do it.